Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be filming a book haul. I love watching and filming book hauls so very much. I'm excited to show you all these books that I have. A lot of them are from the same author, but we will get to that in a moment, so let's just get on into it. The first book I have to show you is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. This is book 2 in the Last Hour series. I haven't read The Last Hours yet, but these Waterstones editions go very quickly, so I get them when I can. I usually do a group order with Katie from Katie's Book Nook. These editions have her stamp in them, and they are just so beautiful and they look so good together on the shelves. I could live in the Shadowhunter world forever, so I am very excited that there's always more Shadowhunter books to collect. The next book I have is The Desolations of Devil's Acre by Ransom Riggs. This is the final book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. I'm not quite caught up yet. I have to read this one and the one before it, but I have been reading this series since it first came out and I've absolutely loved it. It follows this boy named Jacob who grew up hearing his grandfather's weird stories about this children's home he grew up in, and these children have these weird, unique, magical abilities. And Jacob never believed these stories, but when something tragic happens to his grandfather, Jacob decides to go to this small island that his grandfather lived on and to see the children's home, and he gets a little bit more than he bargained for. I love this series. I love all the old, like, creepy pictures that go along with it. This is the exclusive Walmart edition, so there are extra pictures in here, and it is actually signed, which is really great. This is one of my favorite series, and I am excited to finally read the last 2 books and see how it all ends. The next book I have is The Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson. This is the 3rd and final book in the Remnant Chronicles trilogy. This is one of my favorite series of all time, and I feel like it is so underrated. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, and I just love the world and the characters so much. So this follows a princess named Leah, and it is her wedding day, and she's marrying a prince from a different kingdom that she knows nothing about, and she does not want to marry him. So she actually runs away from her kingdom, and 2 people are sent after her. The prince that she was supposed to marry and an assassin sent to kill her, and you don't know who's who. It's so much fun. I just love every single character. I love this world so much, and I could live in it forever. I am so sad that this is over. Like, I just love them so much, and I want everyone to read it. Please read it. The next book I have is The Crown of Guilt and Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book 3 in the From Blood and Ash series. I have read the first 2, and so I need to read this one. This one just recently came out. These books are massive, so it takes quite a bit of pep talk for me to get to them. I love the series. Jennifer L. Armentrout is one of my favorite authors of all time. So it follows this girl named Poppy who is a maiden. She is not allowed to basically feel any kind of pleasure or joy in her life. Nobody can see her. She has to wear a veil. And one day she gets assigned this really amazing, attractive guard named Hawk, and she starts wondering if maybe she wants a different life and she wants to just live her own life and enjoyment. It is also a vampire book. I feel like a lot of people don't know that going into it, which I don't know why, because the main reason I picked up this book as quickly as I did was because it was a vampire book. I love it. I'm really excited. These books are massive and she writes them so quickly. I don't know how she does it, but yes, got that one. So the next 3 books are all from the same author, and it is my favorite author of all time, and I own all of her books already, but I wanted to get the paperback editions as well, and that author is Katrina Leno. So here I have The Half-Life of Molly Pierce, which is her debut novel. I have Summer of Salt, and I have You Must Not Miss. Once again, Katrina Leno. Love her. I have been supporting her since her debut came out. Actually, before her debut came out, we found each other on Twitter and we started talking, and I picked it up as soon as it came out, and I have read every one of her books since they came out. So this follows a girl named Molly Pierce, and she has some missing parts in her life that she can't remember. Like, suddenly she'll wake up, she doesn't know how she got to a certain place. So she's trying to figure out what is going on and if something is happening to her. The next one is Summer of Salt. So this follows a family who the women in their family are all magic, and on this island, they live on an island, there is a 300-year-old bird that people come to see every summer. One summer the bird doesn't show up. These 2 girls are twins. They are sisters. Obviously they're twins, so they're related. One of them has come into her powers and the other one hasn't, so she is worried that she won't discover her powers and kind of be the different one in the family. And the last one, You Must Not Miss, is about this girl named Magpie Lewis, and she has had a lot of struggles in her life with her family, with her school friends, and everything has kind of gone downhill. So she starts writing about this fantasy place called Near in her notebook, and one day she writes so much and believes in it so much that Near comes into existence in her very own backyard, and she discovers that she has powers that she didn't know existed. So yes, I just had to get the paperback versions of all of her books because I wanted to support her in every way I can. Please go read her books, especially Everything All at Once. I have never heard anyone on BookTube except for me talk about it, and it is my favorite book of all time. So after I finished The Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson, I had to pick up Dance of Thieves, also by Mary E. Pearson. I don't know what this one's about, but I know it is set in the same world as the other series, and like I said, I love this world so much, so of course I had to get this one, and this one is a duology, so I'm so excited to read it and just live in this world once again. And the last 3 books I picked up at Half Price Books, and the first one I have to talk about is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. I have not read anything by her, but I've heard great things about her, and this one was only $3 in perfect condition, so I had to pick it up. I want to read all of her books. They're all on my list, and this is the first one I've owned, so this will probably be the first one I pick up. The next one I have is one that came out years ago, and it was very popular on BookTube because 13 booktubers had a hand in helping with this one, and that is Because You Love to Hate Me by a bunch of authors, and it's in collaboration with 13 booktubers, and I'm pretty sure these are all like villain stories. So some of the authors here are Renee Audier, Susan Dennard, Victoria Schwab, Marissa Meyer, my favorite, as well as a bunch of others, and they're all like really well known, so I definitely want to pick this up. And the last book I have to show you is Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. This is a set of short stories set in the Lunar Chronicles. The Lunar Chronicles is my favorite series of all time, and I have yet to read these, so I'm really excited that I still have something set in that world to read. I'm very excited to get to this, and I'm so glad that I finally got it because it has been years that I've been meaning to pick it up, and I finally did. So these are all the books that I have to haul for you today. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought of them. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!